good, everybody? Ace of all trades here, back with the game Illuminati. We are back with another Triple Threat Sports podcast. Now, we've been gone for a minute with a whole bunch of things going around, but you know we couldn't stay away too long. So, before we get into it, let me go ahead and introduce my first co-host, and he is back. Siggy Guns is back, y'all. He is streaming. I am not lying. Go follow him now on his Twitch channel. Siggy Guns, say what up.
What up, what up?
Alright, and to the right of me, I got my boy JG. We just getting back from Pax East as well. Say what up, JG.
What's going on, people?
True. So, JG should be very, very happy because, once again, his Rams are very super powered and OP. And if they lose and at least don't make it to the finals or, like, the playoffs or something like that, they're garbage. So, yeah. I just want to throw that out there because I'm jealous. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm looking at my notes, and I'm just going to continue to talk. I'm looking at my notes, and I forgot to put some fuckery at the beginning of the NFL notes. What the hell is wrong with the Chargers? We signed a horrible quarterback. Why did we sign him? And I know y'all know who I'm talking about. JG, your thoughts? Because you wanted to talk in the DMs about it earlier. What were your thoughts?
Gino. Hey, man, he going to take us to the promised land. Nah, y'all didn't need anybody, to be honest. Like, who was y'all backup quarterback last season?
They got rid of him. Like, it's just,
who was he though? That's the point. Like, you don't even know who he was.
It was
like,
a nobody.
Philip Rivers was good, man. So just say Gino and be done with it. Like,
I'd rather it took Kaepernick.
I mean,
bro, come on,
I
man.
don't know what's going on.
What about you, Siggy? What do you think?
What, having Kaepernick against the back?
No,
Nah,
just Gino.
Gino. I mean, like I said, you're not gonna get rid of, Philip Rivers.
Nah, I mean, I don't want to get rid of Philip Rivers. I like Philip Rivers. He's gonna be a Hall of Fame quarterback for sure. Just
it doesn't even matter then.
It's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate though. Like for him, like he deserves a Super Bowl now. He deserves one. Chargers deserve one. God, we need one. We really need one, but it's not gonna happen anytime soon when we have pickups like Geno Smith as our backup quarterback. Like
Well, y'all didn't really make any moves this whole season.
We were the only ones just sitting still. Like we made no moves. I got you right now.
So, all right, since you wanted Kaepernick, if they did sign Kaepernick,
we got the
everybody's gonna be okay. Yeah, Philip Rivers has a chance now. Everybody's gonna say bench him.
Facts. It's just we got the 17th pick in the first round. Yeah, we got the 17th pick.
17th pick.
Y'all need
what do you feel like your needs are for the Chargers?
Well, I was saying that we need a backup quarterback or something like that, but we need a defense.
You don't draft a backup quarterback in the first round.
Exactly, which is why I'm saying we need some defensive. We need more defensive guys, and I would say that we need some more offensive threats. We need a wide receiver. We need an athletic wide. We need one more athletic wide receiver. I feel like.
Y'all drafted Mike Williams, but unfortunately he was injured.
Yeah, it was injured. He played with injuries. So like
basically just had Keenan Allen.
Yeah, exactly. Keenan Allen. That's all we had. We need one more offensive weapon, and then defense. We just get it together.
No, you got a lot of talent on the wide receiver side. They just need to be healthy.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Siggy. We need somebody that's gonna be healthy. If we don't have people that's not gonna be reliable and healthy the entire year, then we're just gonna be stuck in the same situation. I promise you guys, the Chargers, it goes one or two ways. They most of the time they defeat themselves. They're not a full quarter team. They always kill themselves in the fourth quarter, and when we win, it's either gonna start half the season terrible, end great, lose in the playoffs, or we're going to start great, end terrible, and then barely make it to the wild card. So it's like we need to get it together. I just don't know what's going on with the Chargers. I don't. Like we need to do better. We just need to do better. And I'm hating. Yeah, I'm hating because the Rams are over here making moves with these dudes over here just sitting over here just being lazy. Like, I guess we'll just see what the next year takes us. Like they gonna get kicked out of LA too. They keep acting like this even though they just went there. Like, oh my God.
I feel your pain, Ace, because I mean it took us years to actually make moves.
Like we're not making any moves at all. Like it's just. Man,
look, you're the Chargers fan. You should. I mean, the offense is not the problem. You just need defense.
Well, we definitely need defense, but our overall team morale, like at the fourth quarter, I just don't know what it is. Like dudes put the 4 in the air and then get scared and like go like brain dead or something like that.
Chargers were 5th in the NFL in yards per game, so the offense is there.
But they're not closing, Siggy.
I understand that, but you're not gonna waste your first round pick on a wide receiver.
Which why I said, I mean, I also mentioned that we need a good defensive person. We do. We need defense. Like we do. Like the Chargers have all the potential in the world, but it don't mean nothing if we don't finish. If we can't stop people defensively. So
I understand that, but I'm just saying though, don't waste your first round pick on a wide receiver.
Yeah, we should get a defensive guy.
I mean, didn't y'all do that last season? Didn't y'all pick Mike Williams first?
Yeah,
round?
we did. We did.
That was a waste.
Yeah, it was.
It was just a waste because he got freaking injured. So.
I mean, but even if he was great, I mean, like I said, I mean, it wasn't really a need. I mean, I guess they thought maybe Keenan Allen, was it the Achilles that happened the year before?
I don't think anybody expected Keenan Allen to, be the, most improved player of the year. But he had a pretty good season.
So I maybe that's why they were like more of an insurance policy, but I think that was a waste. I mean,
right.
As long as Phil Rivers is there, you're gonna get your 300 yards a game.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was great for Phillips. It's great for the offense. But like I said before, if we're not getting somebody with defense, or we're not, if we're not doing something different, like we have to change it up this season. Like I'm tired of the Chargers being like just okay with where they are. Like we need to make a push for something. And
yeah, they definitely got to have a defensive mind this time, because I mean, obviously, when you think of the Chiefs, you think of the defense. When you think of the Broncos, you think of the defense. The Raiders, I mean, I guess you don't think of anything, just the Raiders.
Right, exactly.
Still, there should have been no reason why the Chargers shouldn't win every year that division. With that offense they have, they just need to have better defense. So they need to focus on defense.
Right. And we can just go ahead and continue moving forward with the NFL news. So, I'm tired of getting used to saying this shit, but I have to admit, Siggy Guns was right, you guys. Again, he was right about Dez Bryant. They called it at the last moment, but Dez Bryant is no longer a member of the Dallas Cowboys. Don't know what it is. I don't know if Siggy has the inside or something. He's been leaking information or something along those lines, but Siggy is right once again, you guys. He must be in the front office or something. So yeah, Dez Bryant is not there anymore. So Siggy, since you were right again, what are your thoughts about it besides I told you so?
Man, Dez Bryant is my boy. I don't know why the Cowboys would do this. I mean, even their logic doesn't make sense. I mean, obviously, if it was a salary cap thing, he wasn't making as much as people would think.
Well, he should be. He was paid. He was about to get like 12.1 million this year,
which is nothing if you put everything in consideration.
And what he's done, he needs a check. Absolutely.
Exactly. So, and then he said he was willing to take a pay cut, and apparently they didn't even offer that in that meeting.
Something went down internally.
Just based on his tweets, it's probably about Jason Garrett, because he keeps talking about Garrett boys and stuff like that. Maybe him and Dak weren't on the same page, and it was more of maybe a power struggle. Maybe Dak saying, "Hey, look, I can't do this with him." Who knows? I do think though that I do think it's weird that they didn't at least attempt to trade him. That's kind of the shocking thing, because like I said, $12 million for Dez's pedigree, you would think that that could attract something, even if it's what the Raiders got out of Moss was a second round. I mean, and Moss had a horrible year that year, and everybody knew that Moss was at that time, quote unquote, like a troublemaker of sorts, kind of the same kind of cloud that Dez has over him. So you would think that if you just go by history, you could at least get something for him. I mean, even if it was a third or fourth round, that would be a bargain. It's better than just cutting him, flat out like they did. So I'm kind of shocked that they did it before the draft. So it must have been real bad, whatever happened, for them to just say, you know what, forget it. We're not even going to wait till the draft. So here you go, boom.
Right. JG, what are your thoughts?
I mean, it's crazy, but obviously it had to have been something, like you said, like something internal that would have caused that. Obviously, Dez Bryant, he's not afraid to, say how he feels. So it must have been something he said. They ended up, making him have the decision. But like I was thinking, I thought that they would have actually tried to trade him. I think that he would have been easily tradable to get something out of it.
Absolutely.
And it did make sense to, if you were going to let him go after the draft. So I'm very surprised that they did it before the draft. I was like, yo, this shit was crazy. Because I was expecting them to do something. But I don't know, man. Now Dak said he did, like he didn't want him to really leave.
Of course he
That
didn't.
that was a great blow, but like I said,
Yeah, I mean, then again, he's never gonna say, "Oh yeah, I really wanted him to go." You know what I mean?
Nah,
but it's like being Dak in that position. Why would you? You know what I mean? Like unless y'all had issues too. But I don't see that happening. I don't see.
That was one of his primary targets. Now, y'all, like, come on now, like, come on. You need a veteran like that, like Des Bryant on your team. You do. You absolutely do. So
actually, they were horrible together. If you just look at the stats, they didn't connect.
I still think that he was good for the team. I didn't think they were gonna get rid of him.
I mean, obviously having a Dez is what you need to get all these other guys like Beasley and what's his face, or I don't even know the guy's name anymore. But just to get the offense going, you need Dez to even be a decoy. But he wasn't healthy a lot, and even whenever he was healthy, it didn't seem like Dak was throwing the ball to him.
Right.
So, and the way he said it, like I said, the tweets, he's saying that it was Garrett boys. Everybody knows that Dak was a Garrett boy as far as that. That's why the reporters are asking him all the questions, because it seems like if anybody had a riff with him, it would be Dak. But then again, Dak's not going to come out and say anything. Why would he? Nobody admits that kind of stuff. But then again, Dez didn't come out and defend him on his Twitter account or anything either. So that's why there's speculation about that. One thing we do know for certain is that him and Garrett definitely, I guess, didn't get along, which I kind of found weird because I never seen any problem with Garrett and him prior to the last couple of years.
Yeah, and what's even worse is he also said something petty. He was like, "I'm going to see them 2 times a year."
Yeah, I was just about to say.
You already know what that means. He's going to another NFC East team. Mm-hmm. Will it be
Eagles?
Bruh.
I'm gonna cry,
bruh. Des Bryant on the Eagles?
I would rather him go to the Redskins.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope he does it. I really hope he does it. I heard that the Ravens are trying to reach out to him. You had Ty Gurley talking about come to the Rams. I honestly don't want him on the Rams.
Right.
Like, we already got Brandon Cook, so I don't know about Dez. I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt, like, because we are basically blockbuster this year anyway. We just renting out everybody.
Bruh, if y'all niggas pick up Des Bryant, I'm fucking done with the NFL, and I'm done with the Rams, bruh. Y'all don't need that.
We didn't get OBJ. We ended up getting Brandon Cooks instead. So
bruh, I really thought OBJ was going to do that, but apparently, like, there was so weird with the Jets camp. Like, it seemed like people were saying that he was going to go over to, to a different team, and then he wasn't going to leave the Giants, and then, like, the Giants are just like, nah, we're keeping him for now. I'm like, I guess. I mean, I'm not mad at them. They should, but...
He even came to OTAs. I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah, right. So, RG3. He's been gone for a year, and now he is back. He is back with the Ravens, actually.
And that was another thing I said I called. I was right about that, too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
yeah. And I have no problem with RG3. I actually like RG3 a lot. And, it's just unfortunate because of where he was from when he was in Baylor, and then coming into the NFL, and he could have done so well. And, like, he was his first year. Then he became injury prone, and then it just went downhill from there. So,
well, I mean, the thing is, though, he always showed that promise.
Oh yeah, he's always shown that promise.
He reminds me of Byron Leftwich. Byron Leftwich was also somebody that had a lot of upside, and it was he had one good year with the Jaguars, and then he always got hurt, and just he never could stay healthy to show that it wasn't a fluke. And then by the time he was gone.
Right.
It looked like that with RG3. It looked like he was gonna be gone, but I guess a lot of the backups started getting injured. I don't know. I don't see him though getting to prove that he is back all the way, unless obviously unless there's an injury. But really the only story about it now is the fact that since he did sign, everybody's going to compare it to, well, why didn't Kaepernick sign?
Right. So I guess like I'm cool with RG3 being there, but it's just like there's no help for Kaepernick, y'all. We just gonna put it out there. Kaepernick's not getting signed, fam. He's not. As long as he's going to, according to what happened with the Seattle Seahawks, as long as he's planning on kneeling, he will not be in the NFL, y'all. That's just keeping it real. JG, your thoughts behind that?
About RG3?
Yeah.
Or Cap?
Both, actually.
Well, I mean, as far as RG3's case, I didn't think that he was going to be able to come back, but apparently he did. I mean, I'm just gonna hope that he's healthy because I feel like he's the NFL equivalent of Derrick Rose. He's always hurt, and like we know the talent that they possess, but they just keep getting hurt, so you can't really say anything about it. Like just all that talent going to waste just because you can't stay healthy. I mean, I don't know if he's actually going to get time to play. We'll see what happens with that. But I mean, I wish him all the best. I'm not mad at him, but at the same time, like when you compare it to Cap, who actually did get a chance to work out for the Seattle Seahawks, but when they asked him if he was going to continue to kneel, he didn't say whether he was going to do it or not. So they were like, nope, we're just going to let you go. So they're still tripping about it. And like Siggy mentioned in earlier podcasts, like with him still having that loss in the hand, I don't think that he's going to be able to come back. Like I just think that Cap at this point should just stop. I hate to say that because I really want him to get back on the team. And even like I saw a story today that said like Adidas was like willing to give him a shoe deal if he got signed to a team. And a lot of people were like, well, why don't you just give him a regular deal? It doesn't have to be cleats. Which I actually would agree with. Like, if Adidas wants to sign him that bad,
they can sign him.
Have to, yeah, you can sign him.
He has a lot of influence and everything like that. So trust me, the people will buy him. Yeah, the people will support.
Yeah, so that's how I feel about that. But
you just look at Kanye. Kanye has an Adidas deal without.
Right, exactly. Right. Kevin Hart has a Nike deal. Like, I mean, but also he's fitness. But you know, gotcha.
Yeah, so I don't know what Adidas is really thinking about that. But I don't think he's going to be able to get on the team again. I honestly don't at this point.
I hear that BBB is signing people.
Bruh.
I mean, they are.
They are, and we'll talk about that in a little bit.
So yeah, it's just a sad situation for Cap. It just keeps getting worse. Every time we hear something like remotely positive, it gets nowhere with Cap. So we'll see what happens with RG3. Like if he does end up coming in, maybe he'll play preseason. I'm just gonna pray that nothing bad happens to him if he does get some preseason time, which he most likely will, because I don't even know who their third string quarterback is for the Ravens. So. We'll see what happens with RG3.
Josh Woodrum.
It's just Josh Woodrum. Okay. Whoever that is. So they'll get some tick. We're just going to hope the RG3 stays healthy. And I mean, I don't know what else to say about Cap, man. It's just sad. But it's what it is. That's the NFL for you.
Right.
I think what it really, because I mean, obviously the Seahawks situation, we didn't really talk about what happened there. That was, I mean, we talked about it just now, but we didn't really get into details about that.
They ended up signing somebody else. Who was the person they signed? I forgot his name.
I forgot who it was. It was a nobody though. What made it worse, obviously, is the fact that it came out that they asked him about the standing and stuff like that. And then on top of that, immediately it came out that they signed, and the fact that they celebrated on Twitter like, oh, hey, by the way, fans, we signed this guy, like everybody was gonna be happy about it.
Like what? First of all, like who the fuck is this guy? I say like so many McGregor games. Who the fuck is this guy?
Exactly. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that necessarily helped the NFL though, because if the case is about blackballing and that they're purposely keeping him out because of protesting. It almost seems like the Seahawks basically said, out in the open, we're not signing you because of protesting. So
it pretty much sounded like that. Like to be real, it really was. They said it without saying it.
Oh, his name was Stephen Morris. That's what they signed. I was like, who is this man? And I immediately looked them up, and I was like,
the funny thing is, this is the second time that the Seahawks specifically did this to Kaepernick. Because when Austin Davis signed, it was also rumored that they were trying to get Kaepernick, right?
They re-signed him again too. Was the funny thing. They literally re-signed Austin Davis like today. Like, man, come on, man, y'all are a joke. It just keeps getting worse. Like, if I was Cap, I definitely would not even entertain anything involving the Seahawks ever again. Like, if you want to try to get on the team, don't even go to Seattle, dog. They don't want to.
I'm assuming that the NFL this year, I guess, is going to have all the teams implement some kind of like a workplace thing to where if you're in uniform, you have to, it's company time. Because it seemed like anybody that was protesting, obviously, is like Eric Reed.
Cap,
Yep. And then on top of that, you have a lot of the owners again be more brazen about stuff. Like obviously, we talked about Houston Texas owners, how he was saying, now he doesn't apologize for saying the prison comments and stuff like that. So
yeah, that shit was wild, fam. That shit was wild.
I'm like, damn, you just gonna take it back, like true. Just tell her how you really feel. Don't even apologize the first time. You meant that shit. So
So I got a feeling that obviously it's not going to go away. I think if we're going to find out that there's going to be some kind of new rules or something, and they just haven't said anything yet. And I got a feeling there's going to be more controversy this year with the NFL when it comes to that.
Yeah, they're gonna cause another shitstorm. I see it coming.
Right. All right.
That's what it is.
It is what it is. James Harrison, you guys. So, JG, you want to talk about this one? You want to go and tell the people what's going on with James Harrison?
He's finally decided to retire, guys. He announced it today. He's done. This is after he ended up getting traded from the Steelers to the Patriots. Almost ended up winning the ring, but it didn't happen. But shout out to James Harrison, man. It's been like 15 years he was in the game, and he was still like doing these crazy ass workouts. Like the man is a freaking monster. But he said he had a little life to live, and he didn't get to do a lot of stuff because he was playing football. So he finally hung it up. I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer without question. So shout out to James Harrison.
Gotcha. Understandable. Shout out to him, man. He put a lot of work into the NFL, so congrats to him. He deserves it. So, we kind of briefly talked about it a little bit earlier on. JG, let's just talk about your OPS team. Like, who the fuck else do y'all need, bro? Like, y'all have defense, y'all have offense, y'all have, like, great momentum going into the off season, going into the new year, the new season. Like, y'all have by far had the best off season. By far. And it's long overdue for you guys. And hell yeah, I'm hating. So who else can y'all get? Like, bro, like what's up with the Rams, man?
I mean, I can just sit here and hope that our regular season isn't a bust, but like I said, we're just running out players. Like, we're Blockbuster this year. We're bringing Blockbuster back, and it's funny because they were blue and yellow, and that's our color. So, well, blue and white, the old ass colors, but we still blue and yellow mod. But yeah, like it's just crazy, like how we ended up making all of what I consider the right moves to fill up pretty much all the holes that we had.
And then on top of that, the rest of the division has gotten weaker. Seahawks,
yeah,
Seahawks,
Cardinals have no more quarterbacks.
Cardinals got at first. So welcome back to our division, bitch. We're gonna kill you this year.
Oh my god, this guy.
49ers have like a young team that has a lot of promise, but you don't expect them to make a challenge for the division. So you pretty much have the division on lock, no matter what. So even if some of these signings don't pan out, it's not like it's a serious threat. It's kind of like the Patriots in the East right now. You know what I mean? So in the AFC East, no matter how bad the Patriots play, everybody knows that the Jets, Bills, and Dolphins are going to do anything. So they got it pretty much locked down. So it's
been years that like the Seahawks were dominating the West because we just could not get it done. And then like the 49ers had a little run with Cap. And besides that, and then the Cardinals, they ended up getting to the Super Bowl one year with our quarterback, Kurt Warner. Shout out to Kurt. But once the Cardinals are getting into the Super Bowl again, they ended up losing. But I mean, yeah, I agree with that. I think that we pretty much do have the West on lock. Hopefully, this will be for years to come. But like I said, we made some good ass moves this offseason. I'm thoroughly impressed with that front office because they've been trash for years, and I think that was mostly in part because of Jeff Fisher. To be honest, I just think that Jeff Fisher and Les Snead, they just didn't know what was going on. And they were worried so much about defense, and they weren't excited to pull the trigger on a lot of these players. Sometimes you just gotta fish in the off season. Not everybody that you need is going to be in the draft. And like I said, we made some dumbass moves, paying Sam Bradford $50 million. He didn't pan out. I would say probably one of the best moves that Jeff Fisher made, in my opinion, was getting Ty Gurley before he ended up getting canned. Because I was kind of iffy on that one too, because he was injured and didn't play the first 4 games of that his rookie season. But that man's a freaking beast. He had a terrible sophomore season, but I think that was probably one of the best moves that Jeff Fisher made. But he a trash ass coach anyways. Second, losing this quarterback in all of NFL history, and people didn't see a problem with that until he finally got canned.
But you can't really blame Gurley for that sophomore slump because when the team had no quarterback and the offensive line was all.
Oh no, no, I don't blame him at all because after their rookie season, people knew what we were going to do. They knew our game plan. It was going to run through Gurley, and that's why I didn't think that he was going to have a good junior season either. But he had the best season ever. But that's because we finally ended up getting some wide receiver threats other than Austin because Tavon Austin is just short to do.
There's another waste. That was another waste of money,
Austin, yeah, unfortunately. I thought that we should have finally let him go, to be honest, but we still kept him. He just took a pay cut. He restructured his contract. So we'll see what happens with him. We're probably still gonna be running him on jet sweeps and maybe kickoffs again. If not, Pharaoh might be switching between the two. Whoever coughs up the most fumbles is gonna end up not being the special teams, or even if we have a special team, because they're talking about changing that shit. So I don't know what's going to happen with the kickoffs either. But shout out to the Rams. Like I said, I'm super excited for this football season, minus the apparent changes to how people tackle, because we got to see what goes on with that.
Right, absolutely.
But yeah, we run LA, so sorry.
Yeah, shit. When we sit back on the couch, it's just like, hey, or take it over, whatever. I mean, they just coming from San Diego anyway, but clearly
the soccer stadium anyway. So,
bruh, it's the Chargers, man. It's just so disappointing. But anyways, just moving away from JG's superpowered ass team, let's talk about something more uplifting, more positive, and the Lakers, we're going to go over to the NBA, and of course I have to go and mention the Lakers. Yes, we are at home, sitting on the couch, of course. We've already done our exit interviews and whatnot. The season's done. Season is definitely done for us. We've seen some glimpses of some great things with the young guys that we currently have. We didn't hit what we said we were going to do, what LeVar Ball said we were going to do, and make it to the playoffs. But,
you actually fell for that. When we did the first podcast with the NBA season starting, you actually thought that they were going to make the playoffs.
I said I had hope. But I said if they didn't, I wouldn't be surprised. I said that.
You should have known they weren't going to make the playoffs.
I mean, I did, but doesn't mean I can't speak it into existence. Thank you, sir. So, yeah.
Speaking it to existence.
And then it just didn't work out, but we saw some glimpses of a very young team, Lakers, do very well. And they I think everybody in here can agree that they are definitely improved than how they've been the past few years. They definitely have the potential. That's for sure. Lonzo Ball, as broke as his shot is, he did very well for his rookie year. And he definitely isn't a bust. So, I don't believe he is. I mean, do you guys think that Lonzo's a bust?
Nah, he's not a bust.
I don't think he's a bust, but I don't know if he was worth the second pick.
Gotcha. I mean, we did very well with some other players, with Ingram, with Randall.
I mean, if you had to redo it, would you pick Donovan Mitchell instead at that spot?
Ooh, probably.
Exactly.
Yeah, probably. But don't get me wrong, I like Lonzo Ball. He's a great athlete and everything like that. He just needs to develop his shot more. But yeah, Mitchell's fire right now.
And where was Mitchell? Like 8 or 7? What was he?
He was a little bit lower on the list, but he still got picked up first round. But
next year,
right. So, reason why I'm bringing up the Lakers is because of Andre Ingram. If you guys don't know, Andre Ingram has played in the Development League, formerly known as the G League, or the D League, excuse me, now known as the G League. Sorry, JG, don't sue me. He was playing for 10 years. So imagine that grind. You don't make it into the NBA draft. You don't get drafted or anything like that. You came out of college, but you just had the love for the game. Andre Ingram still grinded. Ended up with South Bay, which is where the Development League and G League Lakers are. And, he was doing a regular exit interview, getting ready to go home. He tutors part-time, which is really, really dope, giving back to the community. Plus, they don't get paid as much as everybody else does. And what does he know? He ends up playing the final 2 games of the season, which was really, really dope. And the thing was, 10 years in the Development League. And then he actually did very well. Now, granted, it's the end of the season. So, of course, Dudes are resting, and you know we're going against the Houston Rockets. They lost the game, but he came through and dropped 19 points, and he did very well. And it was really just a positive moment, not just for the Lakers, but for the NBA. And you know, it was cool. It was cool to see somebody be happy and you know just do very well. I mean, JG, what were your thoughts about this?
I mean, I didn't know who Andre Ingram was, but that's a good ass story for him to be playing in the G League for that long. He'll finally get called up. It was I felt like he was long overdue from when I actually did see him play. I thought he was pretty dope. So I mean, if he was dominating the G League for that damn long, and you finally bring him up, that's a good story. So can't say nothing bad about it. Can't hate on it. Shout out to Andre Ingram. Hopefully he actually gets a little bit of tick. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
What happens with the Lakers?
That'd be cool. If not with the Lakers, somewhere else, just giving them the opportunity. What are your thoughts, Siggy?
No, it's a good story. It's probably going to be on Disney eventually. You know, I always see that. They make a movie out of it, and he's probably going to make money on a movie deal. I'm here for it. That's usually what happens, something like that. So
I think it's cool. He's a tutor too. Like low key, that's actually like really like dope.
That's what I'm saying. You ever seen the movie The Rookie?
Yeah,
that picture.
I know you talking about.
This kind of reminds me of that kind of story. You know, where there was always this promise, and he was a coach, baseball coach, and then the Tampa Bay Devil Rays came, and he tried out and made it, and then he actually had an MLB career after that. So it's one of those kind of stories. A tutor, and he's playing the G League and all these things in the NBA. It's a good story, a good Hollywood script. As far as another team and stuff like that, yeah, we gotta remember it's kind of like preseason at that point. Obviously, the Rockets now that we're already benching everybody because they're already locked up in the 1 seed. I don't know if somebody's really gonna roster him over some of the young guys that they could put in that.
32 years. He's 32 years old, and I'm not gonna lie, bro, look like he been through it.
Like he has that rough look.
He does have that rough look, but hey, man, the team may want to, and at least give him. It may just open up another opportunity for him, and I'm all for that.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it happening, but it has to be with the Lakers. So, but then again, like I said, the next year, more players are coming in, more younger guys are coming in. Is he really gonna have a spot? I guess that's what it comes down to. So
right.
We've seen. I mean, obviously, probably the one that's one of the most successful out of nowhere stories with the 10-day contract turned into breakout was like Jeremy Lin and all that. But what he had on his side also was his age.
Yeah, of course.
This is what's against him is his age. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, but it was a good story when for this season.
Right, absolutely. But shout out to Andre Ingram. I'm sure something would develop out of that. And speaking of the Lakers and LeVar and Lonzo Ball, BBB looks like BBB has finally got its first non-ball member. And what I mean by that is, Jordan Crawford is looking to be a representative of the 3Bs, BBB. It looks like LeVar actually 2K phone actually worked. When they hit you up on 2K about joining BBB, it looks like it worked finally. And hey, shout out to they're growing, baby. They're growing. What are you guys' thoughts behind this? JG, you want to go first? All right.
Wants to go first.
I don't think JG wants to go first. Siggy?
Look, man, it's Jordan Crawford. So he's probably like, oh yeah, awesome, but he's not a star of the Pelicans. What he had 5 games only, so it's kind of one of those I guess for BB they can celebrate it because it actually hit the news wire, but it's not like it was somebody that's gonna push the product. You know what I mean?
Right.
So nobody's ever looking at, hey, what's Jordan Crawford wearing? Oh, I need those shoes. You know what I mean? So. Maybe they see potential eventually that he could get like that. I don't know, but I doubt that too. What do you think, JG?
I mean, does LeVar have something up his sleeve that we don't know?
You sure we don't know? Because he likes to disclose everything that he knows apparently, but at the same time that could just be a marketing thing. So of course. Elaborate,
JG. What do you think? What do you think is good?
I don't know. Did Jordan Crawford wear Alonzo's shoes before they reached out, or did he do it after?
I don't even know.
Like I'm not even sure.
5 games this year, so I don't even know.
I didn't even know who it was. Because when you said it in the DMs, I said Jamal Crawford.
Yeah, if it was Jamal Crawford, that would make more sense.
Yeah, Jamal Crawford makes sense, but I was like, who the hell is Jordan Crawford? Oh, he played for the Pelicans. I was like, okay.
Well, he's apparently supposed to be wearing the shoes during the playoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah, then
Yeah.
if they get bounced out, then what happens? Like it
I
don't
don't.
even matter.
The thing is though, let's the first games he played, he only played 5. The first 2 were in the beginning of the year for a total of like 10 minutes, I think, and then the last one's where everybody's benched. So he's not going to be wearing him in the play. They're not going to play him in the playoffs. Did he even play the first game?
Man, I don't know. I have to go check and see. Like, let's look real quick. See. How many minutes he might
Maybe they
have
threw
played.
maybe they threw him at the end of the game whenever it was already out of reach. But
Yeah, but in any case, like I don't have
Nope,
anything
he
against
didn't.
Jordan Crawford, but
he didn't play.
like,
He
yeah,
didn't play
yeah,
the playoffs.
he got a DNP, so
Yeah.
that I mean, is that the person you want on
yeah,
Triple B? You want a person who's on the bench and
You got to
and-
wear it on the bench that they don't show the cameras.
yeah, you're not seeing your shoes there. You're not gonna see any advertisement on the bench. So
Oh, obviously for Jordan Crawford, it's a great deal. I mean, here's a guy that gets 3 minutes a game, or for 5 games, and he gets to have the BBB shoes that are the most expensive shoes on the market. For him, it's a no-brainer. But for Lamar, I think this is kind of I think this is a dud.
yeah, he's probably one of those people that like just got super excited. When he was like, "Oh man, like I get to get a deal. Like I'm probably not going to be on Nike or Adidas or even Under Armour anytime soon." So BBB.
I don't even think Jordan Crawford would qualify for the Starberries from back in
Oh
Oh,
man, the
man.
Starberries. Oh no.
the $5
What
Starberries.
about the dot eyes? You can't wear no dot eyes.
Oh man.
Thought I was sponsored.
Jesus. Anyways,
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know like how hard they're gonna like even promote this dude. But
Right.
We'll see.
yes, we will. And speaking of more NBA news, Kyrie Irving. Do we really think that this man was gonna come back and play in the playoffs? Like, let's be for real. Do you think he was really gonna come back and play for the Celtics this year, or when he was one and done? What are you guys' thoughts about Kyrie Irving? Siggy, you go first.
I didn't think he was going to come back once you found out it was the knee surgery thing.
Yeah, it was a wrap.
It's always one of those things where it might sound like it's not that big a deal, a scope or a clean out or draining fluid, but it's with the knees, which is obviously 99.9% of your game period is going to involve your knees. The only time you're not going to be using them much is whenever you're in the bench, waiting to come in. So as soon as you start playing, even free throws, you got to bend your knees. So 2 weeks. I mean, whenever they thought he was only gonna be, I was like, nah. there's no
Nah,
way.
taking screws out your knees, bro. You need more. You need way more like time to be able to recover and everything like that.
I mean, in my opinion, whenever I heard what it was, that was minimum 8 weeks. But we know that all the surgeries and all that stuff is going to be months of recovery. Just not necessarily the healing part, but the rehab and all that, just to get back in game shape too. So yeah, I think it was optimistic at best that they thought it was going to be 2 weeks.
Right. JG, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, so long Celtics. I don't know if y'all are gonna make it now. I mean, no Gordon Hayward, no Kyrie, 2 major blows. Don't have Marcus Smart either, even though he's talking about coming back in this round of the playoffs. We shall see, but I don't think Marcus Smart is gonna make any significant difference compared to Kyrie. But I was like optimistic about him coming back, but once the surgery hit, I was like, nope, bye bye Celtics. We'll see what happens next season.
They have it easy in the first round, I think, even though it was a tough win against Milwaukee. I do think they'll pull it off.
He went to overtime too, man.
Yeah, but then again, that was a miracle shot to get into overtime. I don't even know how they got that.
Right.
45 seconds left.
But the next round they're gonna play the Heat or the Sixers. Yeah, I don't know about that.
And he just actually won, so they tied it up. So it's 1-1 now in the series.
Yep.
So
So
we'll see. I mean, we will see. I mean, and speaking of the East Conference, we know we gotta talk about LeBron James. Is LeBron staying? Is he leaving? Also, with all this trauma, with all these issues with Tristan Thompson, apparently, and I saw this on Twitter, and I thought this was a very interesting statistic. When the last time something went down like this, when Tristan Thompson had some drama, they ended up winning the championship. So, yeah. What are your guys' thoughts about this?
all right, let's start with LeBron in Cleveland. I think the writing is on the wall because they went all in. They pretty much gutted the whole team to pretty much appease LeBron. Now this team is put together by duct tape and Elmer's glue. It's not a real team because even if they decide to go all the way to the championship and even win, they're not going to be able to hold all these players because they're all 1-year deals. They're all rental players pretty much in the end. So this team is rented. So it was just literally to either hope that he stays, that hey, we did it for you, so now stay with us. But I mean, I think the writing's on the wall. I think this team just isn't good enough to beat even Toronto. I thought they were at first, but I still think they'll pass the Pacers. But then they play Toronto next, and I think at that point we'll see if they lose to Toronto, then yeah, he's gone. I don't see him staying.
Where is he going though?
That's the big question. We talked about in the beginning that that he wanted to look for a younger team. Everybody was talking about the Lakers. I think the Sixers is a real challenge, a real contender of his services. I don't know. I still don't see him in a Sixers uniform. I really don't. But if he had his own choosing, it's gonna be San Antonio, especially if Kawhi is gone. Golden State, which obviously he won't do with Durant there, or Philadelphia, and those are the real possibilities. I think Rockets is obviously a team that's going to be up there. That everybody's going to be saying go there. Lakers, I don't know. I really don't know.
I don't see it because I think PJ will be there, but not LeBron. No. I mean, I'll take him. I'm still gonna give him shit, but I'll take him.
San Antonio is probably the most interesting one because if they do get rid of Kawhi, which
LeBron in San Antonio, I mean, I can see it actually. He would fit. He would fit there. I believe that he would truly fit there. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think he would fit there. But we'll see.
Right, JG, what are your thoughts about LeBron?
I mean, I said it on previous podcast. I'm tired of talking about it. Like, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I don't really care where he goes at this point. I want him to stay in Cleveland, like I said before, but like if he goes somewhere else, then like it's either gonna be Houston or probably now San Antonio. Like I said, him on the Sixers would be fucking crazy right now. Him and Ben Simmons, but I don't know how that would necessarily work at this point because I think that Ben Simmons is like going to be really, really good. So I mean, it'll be unfair, but I still think that Ben Simmons needs to develop like without LeBron being there. So I wouldn't want to necessarily see him there. The Spurs actually would be a pretty good spot for him.
Yeah,
he wouldn't have to do that much.
That's a good point too, what JJ brought up. That LeBron picking a young team, I don't see that because he's somebody that wants to have veterans. I mean, even with his squad that he has now, he likes yelling at them, even though they're all veterans. You know what I mean? So
he ain't gonna do that shit over there in San Antonio. He ain't gonna.
No, I know. They're all veterans over there, pretty much, except for the Anderson and Murray. But the Aldridge is a veteran.
Paul Gasol.
I mean,
friggin' Tony Parker.
Tony Parker, like, bro, like he would actually legit fit very well in San Antonio. I never thought about that until now. He actually would really fit well.
It was because Kawhi, like now this situation with Kawhi is arisen.
I told y'all with Kawhi that he's ready to get the fuck out, bro. Something's up. He's ready to get out.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Can you imagine if he goes there with Kawhi there? Maybe Kawhi stays if he goes there.
Nah. Kawhi has to leave before LeBron gets there, in my opinion. But we shall see. Rookie of the year, who y'all got? I got Mitchell. Nah, man, I got Mitchell, bro. I
go back and forth because
like different days. Yeah.
But I mean, Ben Simmons he was one assist away from a triple double in his first playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. Like Ben Simmons and like without Embiid, like this man is just he's stat padding right now. But he's dope. So I don't know. Like I can't like go against Ben Simmons just because of the numbers that he's putting up. But I really like Donovan Mitchell because he also set a record too with his first playoff game. He averaged 25 and 10. He ended up getting 27 and 10, and he got hurt. So that was great. He got hurt in the first half and then came back and still ended up getting those numbers. So he's the first person besides LeBron James, the second player in the history of the NBA to average 25 and 10 their first game as a rookie in the playoffs. So I'm like, man, Like that's dope too. So both of them were just putting up like crazy numbers, being in the history books. But it'd be like some days I just wanna say Donovan Mitchell got it, and he been trolling too.
Bro, he been throwing shots, boy. That Adidas hoodie, fire.
What's the definition of a rookie?
Right. I
I mean, that's the
mean,
thing. I do agree though that there needs to be like a clear, hey, look, your rookie season needs to be the year you get drafted, and that's it. 'Cause
Yeah.
we wouldn't be talking about it if it was just if it didn't qualify, but because he didn't play, he qualifies the second year. I think that's kind of. I mean, it's not his fault that he got hurt, but I do think that it kind of takes away because a true rookie is Donovan Mitchell, so he deserves it. But
No,
if they
absolutely.
because he's playing, then it's like, okay, well, I guess because there's no rule that you have to give the
that was a dope.
Right.
That's a dope hoodie though. I'm not even gonna front. Like that was a dope thing that the Adidas did with him and everything like that. I don't think he's throwing personal shots at Ben Simmons. I'm saying and thinking in the situation that what actually defines a rookie.
Man, we all know. We all know who that was toward. It ain't toward nobody else because you can't even throw a third rookie in the conversation anymore. It's always been Donovan Mitchell and Ben Simmons.
Yep.
Like everybody thought, because I remember Flock said he thought it was gonna be Dennis Smith Jr.
Nah,
He did have a decent year. Like Donovan Mitchell, he blew past him. Like, cause I ended up picking him up in fantasy like off of a whim. I was like, yo, like this dude is kind of dope. And then he ended up taking Rodney Hood's spot as the starting point guard at times as well, but really the starting shooting guard.
man.
And he proved that he can play both of those roles really well. So he's impressed me. I think that overall, like over the span of the entire season, I think that Donovan Mitchell has played better.
Yes,
But Ben
yes,
Simmons has been
absolutely.
putting up the better numbers, and he's also been dealing with a team that's been hurt. Embiid not playing every single game, and other injuries and lineup changes with them too going around. So Ben Simmons has weathered the storm. He just doesn't have that shot yet. He doesn't have that long range shot. Where Donovan Mitchell, I feel like he is a complete package right now.
True.
So all right, it comes down. We didn't really answer the question. Who wins?
I said Mitchell.
It's hard. I think overall I would have to go Mitchell, even though like Ben Simmons is crazy. I would have to go Mitchell as well.
See, I do think that they're going to give it to Simmons just because of the numbers and the fact that the team, went from a worse first kind of situation.
Yeah, I think that they would do that too. I think that realistically they'll probably give it to Simmons. But they need to, like I said, they need to properly define this, or they need to change the rules or something, and just disqualify them. Because I'm tired of like these asterisk type of situations here.
Yep. No, I agree. Because I mean, it wouldn't even be a question if they would have just said, "Hey, even if you get hurt, it's not your rookie season no more. You can win comeback player of the year at that point."
Right, because they were saying this shit about Embiid last year. He finally got an entire season. They were like, "Well, he should get rookie of the year." Like, nah.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, playoffs. Who y'all think? Who y'all got? Who y'all got in the Eastern Conference Finals? Who y'all got in the NBA championship? So, what y'all think?
Eastern Conference Finals. I would really, to be honest, I would really love the 76ers to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think that would be dope, whoever they face.
And if they have a shot, like we know Boston's hurt, so we know they're beatable. They're not the same team that they've been doing the whole season, so they're definitely beatable. But then again, they can't be losing to Miami like they just did.
Yeah, they did lose to Miami. Miami is always sneaky. Like when they did not have LeBron James on the team, like they were still a sneaky ass squad. I don't know how, because they've been dealing with like terrible injuries, absolutely terrible injuries. You got Deion Waiters out again. You had Hassan Whiteside out again. Last year you had Goran out for a good amount of time. You had Tyler Johnson out for a good amount of time. Like they were dealing with injuries galore. Y'all got Dwayne Wade back, and now Dwayne Wade is having like one of the best playoff games in his life in a while, man. So like Miami is crazy, but I don't think that they're going to go super far. But they are going to take the 76ers to at least 6 games, if not 7.
Which kind of helps. Which it kind of helps them though, because they need Embiid to
be fully healthy. So yeah, if they try to 7 games, then that'll be great. Yeah, absolutely.
If they had Embiid healthy, it wouldn't even be a series right now. I would think that Philadelphia would destroy them. But
I would love to see Philly versus Cleveland.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Philly versus Cleveland, that would be an interesting matchup. Do I think it's gonna happen? No, but that would be a real cool matchup to see. But with Boston being like pretty much depleted, desolated, all those words and synonyms, I think that Cleveland's gonna be in the championship game again. I
would
just
never
think so.
say the Raptors because I still
I can't. I don't trust them. I can't. I've been burned by them too much. I'm good.
I don't know. They kind of won convincingly over the Washington Wizards.
Yeah, I mean their bench was pretty dope.
You peep how we're not even talking about the Wizards either. Like we're not like we just not saying like, oh well, they'll be up there. I don't think so.
They've been dealing with injuries too, man.
Yeah, they're not. Come on, they're not. They were good enough to make the playoffs, but they're not good enough to beat anybody in the playoffs. I don't see them beating anybody. It's not necessarily that the team's fault, but I just think that one Wall is not. He's not the same explosiveness because he's coming off the injury. So his shot is going to be Aaron too. They'll need a lot of help. They'll need Gortat to throw back the clock because he aged like real super quick. It seemed.
Right, but we'll see. Championships, yeah. Is it too soon to call it yet, or what about the West? What y'all thinking about the West?
No, they both played bad. The Warriors and the Rockets didn't really. They won, but they didn't really show that they were dominant teams that everybody figured. I do still think those could come down to Warriors and Rockets.
Okay, same, absolutely.
Yep, I would agree down the board.
Yeah. All right. MLB. JG, you've been, talking about this for a little bit. You want to go ahead and let the people know why you feel the way you do about the MLB right now? What's been going on?
We are in week 2. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. I know that, every now and then some of the Midwest cities will get crazy weather in April, but it's across the board. If you don't live in the South, and sometimes even when you do live in the South, you'll get crazy rain, but up north especially has been getting hit with snow in April. So we haven't even been able to play the majority of the first 2 weeks of baseball. Games are getting postponed left and right. Even the game in Toronto was supposed to be the Royals versus the Blue Jays today, and they have a retractable roof. They couldn't even play because it was ice on the roof that failed. Like this stuff is ridiculous. And I don't know what they're gonna do because it's coming to a point where makeup games are getting postponed. Like they're supposed to be making these games up, and they're also getting canceled. And I know that Chicago had a mistake like a couple of days ago where they ended up playing a game in like 20-30 degree weather, and it was just terrible. It was the Cubs versus the Braves, and they said that their weather was atrocious and people were just frozen. They couldn't barely throw the ball. They could barely hit. That was a crazy game to end up being like 14-10. And I don't even know how the hell that happened, but the Braves were especially mad that game did not get postponed. So they postponed it the next day, but it's just ridiculous. Like I know the opening day for the Yankees, that game got postponed because it was freaking snow everywhere.
Right.
Like, shit, man. Like, can spring come already? I know that we've had spring down here in Florida, but can everybody else get their spring?
No, because it's global warming, fam. Global warming, but it doesn't exist. Global warming doesn't exist.
Yeah, it don't exist.
It don't exist. It don't exist. But
May is going to be the official spring now. It's not going to be April anymore. Or March. It's really supposed to be the end of March.
Exactly. That's crazy.
We're gonna have to redefine when spring begins because of this shit.
Right.
So I don't even be watching baseball like that, but again, since I'm doing fantasy baseball, I watch it a lot more. And damn, I was like, I just want to enjoy these games, and I can't even enjoy them because everything is getting postponed. I had like 4 games postponed today, and I had people from every single one of those games. So I only had like 4 people playing today in fantasy.
I think it was the same way.
Yeah, like, it's fucking dumb as shit. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. I want my good weather back overall for everybody.
Right. You got any thoughts about this, Siggy?
It's the groundhog, man. The groundhog saw a shadow like 4 times, so winter's extended for 16 weeks.
Jesus Christ.
It's crazy.
16 weeks.
Right. 16 motherfucking weeks, bro. That's what it is. All right. Do you guys have any other things you guys would like to talk about and discuss, or can we go ahead and wrap this bad boy up for this episode?
Stanton's still trash right now.
Oh man.
Oh damn.
And Derek Jeter said that he's not coming to NY.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
He
Marlins, they, bruh, they
Yeah,
got
he said he
bruh,
ain't
they got destroyed.
Yankees destroyed him
Jeez.
without Stanton.
Without,
Yeah.
was it like 11-0?
It was 12-1.
Jesus Christ. Like, yeah.
Judge home run. Didi had 2 home runs. Sanchez had like 3 for 4 with like 3 RBIs. Everybody did good. Everybody contributed but Stanton. That's what was funny.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man. He's like, yeah, it's still beginning of the season. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know right now. I don't know if I believe in you in a Yankee uniform right now, but we'll see. I mean, it is still a lot of baseball to be played if they can actually play.
It happens. What he needs is that Yankee moment. You know, he needs that grand slam. You know, the 9th inning. That's what he needs. Something like that. Because Matsui started off bad until he got the grand slam. Jason Giambi started off bad until he got that game-winning home run. I think it was a grand slam also. Now that I think
Is it a Yankees curse?
It's a Yankee. It's like all the
Man,
power
that's
stars
crazy.
when
Yankees
they go to
curse.
Yankees. Well, it's not necessarily a curse. It's just they're pressing.
It's like a slump or something.
Yeah, they're trying too hard. They need to be themselves, but they don't have that relaxing moment, so they need that. So, Red Sox Yankees at Yankee Stadium, and he hits a home run. That would be it right there.
That was supposed to be the best 1-2 punch in baseball.
It really was.
Because if you notice, Judge isn't feeling any of the effect. You know, he's
Judge has been coasting. He be doing all right.
Yeah.
Now he got somebody else who's a strikeout king on the team, but he goes right after him.
Bro, I was gonna say that lineup though.
Bro, Didi Gregorius has been the best player on the Yankees.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Didi Gregorius is still good. He's still coasting like real low key.
Right.
Yeah, that's what's amazing about that. It was funny last week how they intentionally walked Judge to pitch to Stanton. I mean, that's how.
Right.
I mean, can you? I mean, nobody would ever have thought that yet. That's how bad it is for him. But then again, that's how good the lineup is now. Where you have to pick your poison. We have to pick Stanton as the guy.
Right. The Judge is saying, yeah. And they're like, well, we got a better chance to strike it in now, so that's ridiculous.
I guess we will see. So if that's it, we can go ahead and wrap it up.
Oh, I got one more thing.
Go ahead.
Since we're in the playoffs now, are we still sticking with Harden being the MVP?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, because Russell averaged a triple double again. I mean, he padded his stats like a motherfucker that last game.
That nigga padded his
but
stats
he still got
super,
it.
and they barely made it.
The thing is, though, I think that last year a lot of people truly wanted to put Harden as the MVP, and it was more of a historical thing at that point for Russell, where you kind of like were forced to. But now that it's already happened, even though it's the second time, I think it's the first time it's back-to-back average, triple-double. Even though that's still historical at that point, I do think that the luster's gone because now Harden still had the best record, best team record in the NBA this year. So now they have the excuse to be like, okay, wait, we could give it to Harden this year because hey, we gave it to you last year, Russell. So congratulations on another historical season. But he had the best team again. We're giving it to him this time.
I generally I'll be watching Colin Cowherd, The Herd sometimes, and I know that a lot of people hate him because his hot takes are generally like very, very opposite of what everybody says. But I think that he actually brought up a good point when he mentioned the MVP. He was like, "Yo, why is nobody talking about LeBron James? Like, do you see his numbers? Like, what does MVP stand for? It stands for the most valuable player." And I mean, he's right. Like LeBron is the most valuable player.
We talked about that when we.
That's what I said. Is LeBron coming through and sneaking in and get another MVP? What's up?
No,
but I think that they just don't want to give him another one right now. Like they just, I kind of just feel like, and this is again what Colin Cowherd said. He was like they just want to give it to somebody else at this point. And I think he may be right. But I think like as far as like the team chemistry. I think that LeBron is legit the most valuable player. I don't think that Harden is actually the most valuable on the team, but I feel like Harden deserves it this year.
No. If there was no Harden, you really think the Rockets would be anything? You think Chris Paul would be by himself the guy?
No.
So, I mean, that's why he is the most valuable player on Houston.
But again, I feel like LeBron is a more valuable part of the Cavs than Harden is to the Rockets.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt about that. But all right, we all thought that the Spurs. This is a perfect example. We all thought that Kawhi Leonard, was like the most valuable type player, right? And everybody wanted to give him that credit. But then this year, when he didn't have, they still made the playoffs.
Man, that's Pop system though.
Right.
Pop can work with anybody.
So now we can actually say that now. Like, okay, now Pop really is a good coach because it's not just having a good player of the team. Because they took a team without their most valuable player and still made it. Then again, it did help that Aldridge decided to finally be good.
Right.
But I think what hurt LeBron the most is that they didn't win 60 games or anything like that with them. This team struggled to get into the position that they got. So if you're gonna say that LeBron was the most valuable player for the league because he went to the playoffs, then how come we're not saying the same thing about Anthony Davis? Obviously, right. if Davis lost Cousins, if they lost Davis, that team would be in the playoffs and they made it. Or we can even go with some of these other teams like what's his face on Philadelphia. I mean, we could take Embiid. He carried that team all the way to the end until he got hurt. Then, Simmons, all of a sudden, everybody compared him to LeBron.
Yeah, but here's the difference between all of them. AD gets hurt all the time. Embiid couldn't even play back-to-backs. Ben Simmons also got hurt for a little amount of time. You want to know who didn't get hurt this year? LeBron. Even Harden got hurt.
Yeah, that's true.
So this is what I'm saying. Like, if we want to add a category to the MVP, how about we add durability, games played? And, if you add all of those in, then LeBron has it hands down. But I also agree that, again, I feel like Harden this year, Harden was the most valuable in the entire league. But I still can't take anything away from LeBron, actually being, the most valuable player. Just period. It's just so hard to, not put him in that category as well.
Well, because we know that Cleveland wouldn't exist without LeBron for sure.
Yeah,
When they made the playoffs.
Yeah. It's when you bring that factor into it, you can't deny that, but I think that Harden did an amazing job this year. And even though, once again, Westbrook averaged a triple-double, I think it was more with the squad that he had, with the personnel that he had this year, a lot of people were just nah, we're not going to give you anything, no matter how you playing, just because you got PG and Carmelo on your team. So,
I mean, I kind of do think though that Harden carried that team just as good as LeBron carried his team, because the beginning of the year everybody had this high expectations with Chris Paul, and then he got hurt for a long time.
Yeah.
And they were still winning without him.
Yeah.
So it's not
stat-wise, they were very, very similar. So that's why I can't take it away from Harden, and I think that he should actually win it this year.
Yep, but we shall see with the awards and everything like that, and we'll be sure to let you guys know on the next podcast. Appreciate everybody for coming through. It's been much appreciated. If you guys would like to continue to support the Game Illuminati as a whole, why not check out our Patreon? That is patreon.com/GIupdates. We have a whole bunch of awesome tiers there. You also can be part of a discussion video just like this one. Be in our sub Discord, our Patreon Discord, and hang out with us, play some games, mingle with the community. It's real cool things. So check that out. That's patreon.com/GIupdates. This has been Ace of All Trades, Siggy Guns, and UTXJG the Don.
I'll tell you the underrated one.
This guy.
Oladipo. The Pacers would be anywhere without Oladipo this year. I'm just saying. And nobody talks about him.
You're right.
But did you have to say that I was doing the outro?
Yes, I did.
All right, y'all. We out. Peace.